Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. We are back again this morning. I hope every single one of you are doing well. We are going to be looking at some reaction. We're going to be doing some reactions. We're going to be looking at some funny clips today. Some funny clips. We've also got this Chelsea rumor. And when I say rumor, it's Enzo Fernandez. They obviously want to sell their £107 million player. And Arsenal are alert. They're alert to the situation, which means maybe, just maybe, Arsenal could be trying to push for Enzo Fernandez. I mean, I wouldn't mind him. We're going to touch on that. Make sure we are hitting the like button. Do subscribe to the channel if we are new. Turn the notification bells on, all of that type of stuff. Pick up all the real ones in the building. Make sure you've got your lattes ready for this one. Fasten your seat belts, all of that type of stuff. Pick up the gang. Come on, man. I do apologize for running a little late, man. Phone calls, they do drag sometimes. Big up Waz, he's in the building. I haven't seen you in a while, my brother. It's good to see you back. It's good to see you back, man. Big up Asa in the building. Big up Abdullah. Big up my guy Nathan Hawthorne, my brother from another mother. Much appreciate you each and every time, man. Make sure we are hitting the like button, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to dive straight into the reaction. AFTV sticking it on Liverpool fans. And look, we have to respect it. Yeah, they got a hold one. You see, Liverpool fans, they had a lot of talk. There was a lot of mad, wild predictions. They actually thought they were going to turn up at the Emirates and make it happen. But no. You ain't ready for what Arsenal are packing. Yeah, this is a new Arsenal. Did you not see what we done to Crystal Palace the other day? You guys better be ready. Remember, a lot of people did predict that Arsenal will switch up in the second half. We're still yet to fully see it because there's a number of games to go. 15 games in the Premier League to go. And I'm still, you're still yet to see if Arsenal are going to be the Arsenal of last season, of the first half of last season. But we're seeing glimpses of it. We're slowly but surely seeing that transition into that team. And maybe, just maybe, Arsenal could go all the way this season. Who knows? That's what I expect. That's what I want. I want to see Arsenal, really challenge Man City and Liverpool to the final hurdle. And hopefully we can get over that hurdle and win. And that's the expectation. But let's see what can happen. Make sure we hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just dive straight into this one. Cecil sticking it on this non's name. I don't even know his name. I don't actually know his name. Guys in the chat, if you know his name, let me know his name. But let's look at this. Let's watch this. This is funny.
Snap him up, Cecil.
I got him.
Hey, big smiles. This is my day off, and you think I was gonna miss this to cook you? My day off. I woke up this morning. My missus, she goes for walks every morning. I said, today you're not gonna walk alone, babes.
Hey, man is out here putting pressure on Dons. He must have felt, whatever that guy's name is, he must have felt the pressure. I look at Matisse looking at him saying, oh, bro, cooking. It's about to get heated.
I want to come with you. I walked out with her, yeah? I walked out, I thought, do you know what? I watched back the Fang. I was watching Robbie, and we've got to indulge in this one.
Bro, we've got to indulge in this one. Because these Liverpool fans have been giving us not only trying to question certain things that are happening at our club, but, they actually thought they were going to turn up at the Emirates and make it happen without Mo Salah. I see wild predictions. We don't need Mo Salah to smack up Arsenal. We're going to come to your ground and we're going to do X, Y, and Z. You got William Saliba turning up at Anfield, putting in MOTM performances, man of the match performances. What's their boy doing? What's their boy doing? Getting red cards, getting sent off. He can't handle the pressure coming to the carpet. Emirates is a fortress. Oh, guys, make sure we're hitting the like button.
Indulge it, because listen, we over celebrate. You Liverpool players, you made Jorginho look amazing. Third in the Ballon d'Or in 2021. You ball that out of him yesterday. It was class. Hold that. Tell him. Kanai got run out by Martinez. Run out. Last season, I got told, if you win the league, you're not worthy champions because you haven't beaten City. You haven't beaten City, who's chasing you in the title race. You ain't beaten City yet. You ain't beaten us as well this season. So hold that. In the league, humble yourself. How many goals did we score? 3. Did you count them out for me?
You scored 4, actually.
1, 2, 3. Thank you very much.
Big up Cecil. And you know what, my man, these Liverpool fans deserve the cooking. They deserve the cooking, ladies and gentlemen, because everyone has got big chests. They actually thought they could come to the Emirates and make it happen, but unfortunately, that's not the case. That's not the case. And we see what happened. It was a good game. We've done so many videos over the past couple of days talking about our feelings and, giving our reaction to the game. So make sure you go and check out all the other content that we have on the channel, and make sure we are hitting the like button. But yeah, man, them man deserve the cooking. They deserve the cooking. There's a bag of content creators right now that deserve cookings because on their channels, on their Twitter accounts, on their Instagram accounts, they've been bantering. They've been bantering, been trying to call players, call people out, trying to draw people out. Bro, they deserve that. They deserve that. I literally was hoping that Arsenal could have, walked away with maybe 4, maybe 5. That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy. Big up my guy Nicholas in the building. Come on, Nick. How you doing, bro? Good to see you, my guy, man. I hope the family are doing well. Big up Jonathan. He says Liverpool players Adrian Nuckham. Supply must have been cut off because they look dusty, bro. You've got me saying words that I can't even pronounce, bro. What are you throwing in my face, blood? I know if I try, I'll get it, but I'm not going to try and attempt myself there. Big up my guy in the building. OG squad comes to respect you. Come on, man. Come on. I appreciate you, Nicholas, man. I appreciate you, man. Been an Arsenal fan from day one as well. He knows what it means to be an Arsenal fan. Big up Melbourne in the building. Big up Ravi. Arsenal fans in the building. We've got Arsenal fans in the building. Anyway, let's dive into the real stuff. So there's obviously a lot of talks at the moment. Yuri and Timber back on the verge of coming back. He has been added to the Champions League squad, which is pretty awesome. So, he's on the verge of coming back. I'm not too sure when the actual date is. A lot of people have been predicting, late Feb, early March. I did say initially, I think Yuri and Timber's going to come back in mid-March, late March, perhaps just before April. So, knowing that he's been registered for the Champions League squad is positive. It means that he is going to be used in this second half of the season. And I'm actually looking forward to this. Where are we? Just trying to get through my tabs here. I've got so many open. Okay, let's start here. So Fabrizio Romano has spoken about, or put a tweet out, shall I say, in regards to Ivan Toney. Thomas Frank gives us his thoughts on Ivan Toney and the potential exit that could be taking place for Ivan Toney. It says here, Thomas Frank says Ivan Toney will most likely be sold in the summer. He only has 1 year left in his contract with us, so it's quite obvious. This winter, we actually had no bids for him. And that's basically what Brentford manager has to say on Ivan Toney. Of course, it does look like he will be leaving. It's inevitable at this moment in time, but there will be other teams in the race. I've given you my thoughts on Ivan Toney. I don't really want to touch on this one too much. I wouldn't be underwhelmed if we signed Ivan Toney as the marquee, but I would slightly be disappointed only because I had a different plan. I had a different vision. My vision was to get Ivan Toney in the January window. That made more sense to me. And then moving into the summer, getting rid of Eddie Nketiah and bringing in the marquee, which then would partner Ivan Toney. So then we've got Ivan Toney and this new Don, whether it be Dusan Vlahovic or whoever. Victor Osimhen. I mean, there's links with Victor Osimhen today. Again, blood. Like, are Arsenal really serious about Victor Osimhen? Because if they are, then this Ivan Toney stuff, there's no point talking about it because, Arsenal can't do both. It's either one or the other. But that was my plan. That was what my way of thinking moving into the summer. That's what I wanted to do. Get rid of Eddie Nketiah, already have Ivan Toney, and then bring in that marquee striker in the summer. But Arsenal will not do that, clearly. And a part of me feels like we will go into the summer and make Ivan Toney our priority. And I will, again, just be slightly disappointed. Again, I won't say underwhelmed because I know Ivan Toney is a qualified player. But again, I'll be disappointed in the fact that we haven't really gone out there and got a world-class player. And that's no disrespect to Ivan Toney, because Ivan Toney's got the qualities to really help Arsenal over the line, in my opinion, and help in many ways on how we play football. How we switch it up, how we transition, how we more or less get the ball into the final third. When we get into that attacking phase, Ivan Toney will be key. We know this, right? But I'm talking about, I want to also sign a player that has been there and done it. A player that has worn the badge and lifted the trophy, the major trophy. He knows what it means mentally to get over that line, because that's so key. And this is the reason why on yesterday's stream, I kind of backed Jorginho and told you guys, look, this is the reason why I'm not overly, I don't feel some type of way about Jorginho at this moment in time. I'm over it. I've moved on from the way we felt 12 months ago. We've moved on, but I understood it. And it's the experience, it's everything that comes with Jorginho. And we kind of see that in an experienced game. That was an experienced game we played over the weekend against Liverpool. You know, you want experienced players for those games. And Jorginho demonstrated why. But it's not about just, obviously, experience. Well, it is about experience, but it's also about the mentality for me. And I'm not saying Ivan Toney's got the wrong mentality or anything like that, but I'm just saying I want someone that has been there and done it, more or less a winner's mentality. Ivan Toney could be borderline now. Ivan Toney just needs to win maybe 1 trophy, 2 trophies before he has that kind of attitude, before we can really say, you know what, Ivan Toney's a winner. And then way there. But at this moment in time, we can't say that. We can't say that because he hasn't won anything with Brentford. Maybe I think he might have won the championship. Did they win the championship? I can't actually remember. Do comment down below. Let me know if you guys know already. But yeah, so that's my stance on it. But if Ivan Toney comes, he comes. We'll make it happen. We'll see what happens in the rest of the summer window. But there's still links with Victor Osimhen. So again, if we are looking at Ivan Toney, then the Victor Osimhen deal or links have to be a BS. But this is another report that literally come out yesterday, published by El Nacional, and they're basically saying Arsenal are leading the race to sign Victor Osimhen. And look, everyone's just clicking, everyone's just putting BS reports out there. You know, you can't take nothing for gospel, not at this point of the season anyway. It's the 7th of February. We just come out of a January window. There's no way this prick can tell us, not this guy, that's not Arsenal News Channel, but El Nacional, these frauds, yeah? There's no way they can tell us that Arsenal are leading the race at this point. Come on, man. Obviously, there could be contact made. You know, remember, we were in the process of getting Declan Rice done at this point of last year. We knew Declan Rice was happening. There was things being put into place behind the scenes that were kind of building up to that £100 million bid. And that £100 million bid was massive. It was astronomical. So if again, Arsenal are looking at a Victor Osimhen, then we can only assume the process would be exactly the same. And if they are willing to make an astronomical bid for Victor Osimhen, then we probably would be at a point now where we're trying to build some sort of connection with the agent and trying to, you know, see what the crack is, basically. But we've got a long way to go, a very, very long way to go before we can start, you know, really talking about these links, to be quite fair. Fabrizio Romano obviously talks about Jorginho and the option that he does have. 1 more year is still valid and it will be available until the end of the season for Arsenal. Mikel Arteta really happy with his performance, as we do know. And I spoke to you guys yesterday about Jorginho. And, you know, the other reports coming out from journalists to suggest that Arsenal do want to extend the 12 months, but Mikel Arteta wants to extend it by a further year. So we'll have 2 years left on his contract. So that will take Jorginho up to, what is he, 32 now, 33? So, look, if Jorginho is just a benchman, comes on to help us see out a game, you know, he goes up in those, you know, when we need to play with a bit of fluidity, he's one of those midfielders that come into the middle of the park because he's got vision, he's got a pass, he can dictate. And as long as he's got Rice next to him, or even a fully fit Partey, he's comfortable. He's covered. You know, it gives him freedom to express himself. And if you allow Jorginho time and space on the ball, time to think, time to breathe, this guy is going to be pinging balls everywhere. He's got a really good pass in him, and he's got a really good vision. Trying to find the word there. Okay, so let's actually move on from this. Another young player that I wanted to touch on is on the verge of actually running his contract down. Obviously, Arsenal were trying to negotiate to get a new deal done with Cozier Dubry. He's a young talent. We know what's going on with the young talents these days. They're their eyes are open, and they're not really open to staying at Arsenal Football Club if there's not a guaranteed path into the first team. Over the past 5 years, Mikel Arteta hasn't demonstrated that there is a guaranteed path into the first team. All young players that have kind of developed and built themselves up have left on a free, gone to rival clubs, been sold, and we've never seen or heard anything about them. And this is the reason why me and other content creators and other, Arsenal fans, people in our chat, people in our community will question, what's going on with these youngers. We're seeing youngers get developed and they're being brought into other teams. I mean, look at Manchester United as an example. Manchester United are in the dumps. They're in the dumps, but they've got two players that have partially carried them this season. Maino and Garnacho. Garnacho's 19 years old. Maino is 18 years old. Man United are in a worse place than Arsenal. We have a better environment, better everything for a young player. So you're telling me that we can't actually say, you know what, just one Don, Wineri, just you. Forget everybody else for a minute. Let's just see if this experiment works. We'll bring Wineri in, and Wineri, you're the only guy for now that we'll give minutes to. If you, Wineri, turn up more than Havertz, if you, Wineri, turn up more than any one of these midfielders that I deploy, then I'm definitely bringing I'm putting a pathway for every other younger that I identify in the academy. Do you understand? Why? I just don't understand why we're not thinking like that. This is a way for Arsenal to balance the books. This is a way for Arsenal to actually start making profits off player sales. This is a way for Arsenal to really alleviate that pressure with PSR. Like, I don't understand why there's no real thinking going into this. And I don't want to dig out Havertz, but the only reason I'm going to mention Havertz in this is because it's a lot of money that you have committed to, and the return so far isn't what anyone expected based on the money. Forget about the player for a minute. We're just talking about the money. Yeah, we have committed to 140 million. 140 million for Kai Havertz. That includes his wages over the course of the 5-year contract. We could have saved that 140 million. We could have saved that, and we could have promoted Wineri. Are we missing something? I really don't get it. And this is the reason why you have to start. You question the people that are driving this bus, but you have to start thinking. Look, we need people in these positions that understand the business from the perspective that I'm giving you. I've just given you some perspective. We need to understand the business from that side of things. If you're not getting it, bruv, and you just want man to come and put bags and bags and bags of money on the table for you, my Don, then you've got this wrong. You've got this all mixed up, and that's got to be the start. That's got to be the energy, because we've got a bunch of young players that are not being utilized, that are not being used. And at this moment in time, we have to be concerned about their future. We have to be concerned about their overall development. And anyone that says anyone that debates it, look, I hear you, I listen to you, and you're right to your opinion, you're right to have your say and have your opposing opinion. But come on, man, like, based on what I'm saying, and I don't want everyone to just say, oh no, we have to agree with you. No, it's not even that. It's just logic. It's kind of like, come on, it's a logical way of thinking. How was a football club not operating like that? Hold on, no. When you say a football club, it's only Arsenal. Because you look across the board, all the other football clubs are operating what I've just given you. It's only Arsenal that's not operating like that. But we're not allowed to be concerned. Come on, man. Anyway, this situation here is being managed. We can't say if it is fully being managed, because anything can happen from now until the end of the season. But what we do know is the player is at the end of his contract and will become a free agent. He's got Dortmund on him. He's got Ajax on him. He's got Anderlecht on him. He's got Wolves, Newcastle, all interested in him, according to Fabrizio Romano. Now, all he's got to do is look at the pathway over the 5 years for any young player at Arsenal. There is no pathway. But if you go and look at Dortmund, pathway galore for young player. Ajax, pathway galore for young player. Anderlecht, pathway for... You're thinking, no, I'm going to one of these dons. I think Wolves and Newcastle, even Newcastle will give him a run. Might have to go out on one little loan. Don't get it twisted. You might have to go out on one little loan. But the point we're trying to make right now is the pathway here at Arsenal. And it's just not under Mikel. He needs to sort it out. He needs to sort it out. Let's see what happens. Will Arsenal manage this situation? Sorry for my little rant there, but it's needed because, again, we're fans, we're invested, and we're concerned about what's going on. We're concerned. So yeah, man. Like, let's see how Arsenal actually manage the situation. But let's move on to the next topic. I want to talk about Enzo Fernandez, but before we get into the Enzo Fernandez deal, I need you guys to actually hit that like button. Do subscribe to this channel if we are new. Make sure we hammer that like button. I'm not too sure how many likes are on the video. at this moment in time, but hit that like button and make sure we're subscribing, we're sharing the videos, we're doing all of that. Yeah, support this channel to the fullest. Before we get into talking about Enzo Fernandez, I want to talk about their manager. Now, their manager is a fraud. Their manager is a fraud. Poch, you're a fraud, my guy. You're a fraud. And look, there's parts of what Poch has said over the past couple of days, because there's been a lot being blown up online about Chelsea. And we know Chelsea, you know, they're difficult. They've been in a difficult place. It's not the same Chelsea. This is the Chelsea who Roman Abramovich took over. You know, the way Chelsea are now is the team that Roman Abramovich took over. Now they've got an owner in Todd Bowley, Big Belly Bowley, that's got a lot of money, can splash the cash, has a lot of availability, a lot of financial availability, thanks to Roman Abramovich and thanks to the old school Chelsea. But right now they don't actually have a clue on what they're doing. The owner doesn't know what he's doing. He's treating it like some sort of American sport. He doesn't understand the true traditions of football here in England in general, and it's just a circus over there. And Chelsea fans have to really take a step back and say, this is going to be a long process, a very, very long process, because you have to get people into positions who actually know what they're doing. The owner needs to take his nose out of the business in terms of like the shot calling and the decision making. He needs to take his nose right out of it and put people in those positions that know what they're doing. And then you have to, really look at this squad and you have to just really balance it out, man. It's gonna, like, what's happened is you have just chucked so much money at this team. You brought so many players into the team, and it's a similar situation to Nottingham Forest to a degree. And this is the reason why both teams are kind of fallen off. Chelsea kind of have been deteriorating for a couple of years, but literally it's just like a big fall off. And the same could be said for Nottingham Forest, because they've done the same thing. They overhauled their squad by 25 man. It was just impossible to, build the chemistry levels and build a connection and build that. It's going to take 3-4 years for those type of projects to bang. And that's the same thing with Chelsea. But where Poch kind of punched him, got like slapped himself in the face, it's actually bringing up Liverpool, blood. Like, obviously, I know you're Chelsea and you're driving the Chelsea seat, but you can't bring up Liverpool when Liverpool lose a game. It's just embarrassing, and it's very, very naive. It's very and he's a fraud, blood. This is what I'm saying. He's a fraud, because there's context to this. Anyway, let's just listen to what Poch has got to say here. Let me just make sure.
After lose, again, Liverpool was massive fail. Oh, look, Chelsea, how bad it is. And of course, they lose now Liverpool against Arsenal, and I didn't listen nothing about, but it was a similar result.
Cool. We don't want to hear anymore. Pause, please. Thank you. This is embarrassing for to use that as a way of saying, people are criticizing us too much, and you're actually using Liverpool as the example. Or it's very, very questionable. For me as an owner, I'll look down at that and I'll say, bro, hold on. Bro, you ain't getting no results. You are getting no results, blood. You are Chelsea. You are meant to be on the same level as Liverpool. You're meant to be competing with Liverpool. Liverpool have just been beat by Arsenal. And yeah, we've been bantering Liverpool. We started the stream bantering Liverpool. For Liverpool, that's their second game that they've lost. It's a second game. So how have you got the audacity to sit there and use Liverpool as the example, as the comparison? It is truly embarrassing. And Chelsea fans must be in, I don't know, man. I don't know. Mental breakdown. I don't know how Chelsea fans are surviving right now. I'm not even too bothered. That's their business, them way there. But, just as a football neutral, come on, man. This is embarrassing. You should never be sitting there trying to compare yourself to Liverpool. You have been getting slapped up by some dickhead teams, blood. You have been playing some hideous football. The football that I'm seeing under Poch is hideous. Hideous. You've got some qualified players there, but you are making each and every one of those players look dead. He's switching it up, always different type of football, different. He's got players in different positions. It's confusing. Now I understand. This is the reason why I started off, because I don't want to fully butcher Poch here. I don't want to fully butcher him. It sounds like I've already butchered him, yeah. Because look, to give it context, it's a brand new project. It has to take 3-4 years. We can't expect results. So Chelsea fans, you have to take a step back, because based on how your owner has put this project together, it's going to take 4 years now. You can't think that, all right, we've got all these wonder kids, we've got £1 billion worth of players, it's just going to bang instantly. No. You could give this team to Pep, they would struggle. I think Pep would probably manage to get these guys into the top 4, but it would probably take him about 2.5 seasons for Pep to win the title with the team. Now you're talking about Pep and comparing him to a Poch. How long is it going to take Poch? A guy that's only won his honours in French football. Come on, bro. It's going to take him 4 or 5 years. This doesn't make any sense. But Poch done himself. Poch just slapped himself in the face here. He slapped himself in the face. Should have never have said anything about this Liverpool and Arsenal game, because you're just not on our level right now. Let's just be totally honest. You're not on our level right now, Chelsea. Chelsea fans, I appreciate all the fans, every single fan out there, every single Premier League fan, La Liga fan, Liga fan, whatever. I appreciate every single one of you guys. But at some point, you need to have a reality check. Yeah, you need reality checks. The reality check for Chelsea right now is you're a mid-table team. You're a mid-table team. You're back to where you belong. You have to really work hard now to make this happen. Luckily for you, man, you've got a billionaire owner at your advantage still. But you just need to hope that he understands what he's doing. You can't just come around, think you can copy Stan Kroenke and chuck a bunch of youngers out there and it's going to work. I'll go and get some random young manager. It's going to work. It ain't going to work, bro. Yeah, it ain't going to work. This is, you can say, look, it hasn't even worked for Arsenal yet. It hasn't even worked for Arsenal yet. So to a degree, it's like, there's no proof that the project's going to bang. So it clearly goes to show that Girona doesn't know what he's doing. He tried to copy Stan Kroenke, thought, oh yeah, Arsenal are doing this, I'll do that. I'll do it overboard though. Here's £1 billion, and look at what's happened. You're in a mess. You're in a big, big mess. So yeah, man, just reality check. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. Big up. Thank you for becoming a member, man. Much appreciate you, man, Nicholas. Each and every time, man. Big up my guy Nathan Hawthorne, also a member. Come on, big up all the gang. Big up all the real ones in the building. Make sure we are hitting the like button. So look, this kind of leads me on to this Enzo Fernandez move, right? Yeah, Poch. What Chelsea are going to have to do now, just to kind of let everyone know, because of the situation that Chelsea have found themselves in. Firstly, they can't even afford to sack Poch. They can't even afford to sack him, because if they sack him, they breach FFP. So they're on the brink. They're on the brink. They can't sack him. Yeah. Then, because of their league results and because of their, league position, I mean, they're definitely going to finish out of Europe. They're not. I don't think they're going to qualify for Europe. There's more hungrier teams. There's more teams with better tactics, better setups, better styles of play. I wouldn't say better players, but they're just more connected. There's so much more going on with their teams that they're probably, in the final moments, they'll have more in their engine to get over the line. And therefore, Chelsea will end up finishing about 9th, 10th, if that. They could do 12th. They could be swinging with Crystal Palace and those type of dons. Yeah? But if that is the case, then guess what? Bear these dons, they're going to have to sell. They're going to have to sell bare of their dons, because they won't be able to balance the books. They need Champions League money. They need European money at a bare minimum. They're not going to be able to balance the books. It puts the project in a situation where, listen, yeah, they're going to have to sell their players ultimately. They're going to have to sell their players. Now, that obviously leads us on to Enzo Fernandez. Now, Enzo Fernandez is truly, truly unhappy at Chelsea at this moment in time. There's a bunch of players that are unhappy over there. Bunch of players. But he is truly unhappy. £107 million. A lot of money was spent on this fraud. And after one season or after 12 months, the guy wants to leave, basically. So what's being said is Enzo Fernandez is open to leaving Chelsea. His agent has begun talks with various different clubs to explore potential opportunities. Now, so his agent right now is on the phone to potential clubs wanting to get a deal done for their player. A deal done for their player. Now, who are they going to be on the phone to? Bearing in mind, he lives in London. He plays for Chelsea. One of the teams they are 100% going to be on the phone to, if they are on the phone to anyone, it's Arsenal. Arsenal will definitely be on the phone. Edu, you telling me Edu after Jorginho, after Willian, after David Luiz, you telling me Edu is not going to be on the phone to these dons? He's going to be the first one on the phone to these dons. Yeah, Enzo Fernandez. The talk of the town, ladies and gentlemen, is that Chelsea are willing to sell the player, and they're going to have to if what I've just said doesn't, it happens. So again, like I said, if they don't finish in Europe, if they finish 10th, 11th, 12th, it puts them in a position where they have to sell. They have to. They can't go out and spend big money. They have to sell. So on that basis, they're going to be cutting prices. You really think they're going to, with the pressure that they're going to be under, with the financial pressure that these men are going to be under, you really think they're going to sit there and haggle for money? You think they're going to haggle? No, they're not going to haggle, ladies and gentlemen. This is the best time for any team that has a bit of money to spend to go over to Chelsea. And if you like any one of those players, yeah, you know you can actually grab them by the scruff of the neck and walk them out the door. You know, there might be one or two players that will be like, no, they're dedicated to the Chelsea project. I get that. You know, there's going to be some players that are going to be loyal. You know, Reece James and all these type of players, they will be loyal to Chelsea. They will try and give it a go again. But when you look at the Enzo Fernandez, when you're looking at, you know, some of the newer players, Madueke and all of those young players, you think they're going to be loyal to Chelsea? No. If they want to start pushing for moves, which it looks like Enzo Fernandez will do, Chelsea will have to continue to lower the price, depending on, you know, the teams that are in the conversation. The talk of the town at the moment is that Enzo Fernandez could be going for about £50 million. 40, some people are saying. Some reports are actually saying £40 million for Enzo Fernandez in the summer. £40 million. That's a £60+ million loss for Chelsea. Big loss. But they're going to have to take it. They're going to have to take it. Why? Because of the position that they find themselves in. And they won't be able to haggle. They won't be able to haggle. We got my guy Egal in the building. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Come on. Cosby Adibri should go to Dortmund. Yes, Wax could invest in just one young Don in the team. That's what I'm saying. Waneri could have been brought in by now. No, I'm well behind on these comments, man. Well behind. Speaking in hindsight, no doubt Wax just needs to get the house in order. Hayland is being wasted. I agree. Wax spitting facts. Big up DS Electronics. I appreciate you, man. What else we got going on? Big up A9. A9 from the lane. Come on. Who's taking Arsenal? Who's taking Enzo at Arsenal? The team needs time to gel. Real talk, 110%, man. Big up Kenny. He says, big up Wax. Poch in. May long it continue, Wax, says LB. Absolutely. May long it continue. But you know what? They have to figure things out. Otherwise, they're going to be in a mad crisis. And I just don't think Todd Big Belly Bowley, that's what we call him, Big Belly Bowley. I don't think he knows what he's doing. I think he's going to have to reach out to some real advisors that are going to have to show him that, look, this is what you have to do. These are the steps that you're going to have to take, bro. They've got Nkunku. Enzo and Nkunku are ballers. Let's hijack them, says Highbury, a local badger. Exactly. This is another point I'm making. So, look, I don't really want to judge any of those players on... I don't want to judge any of these players on their time at Chelsea. I don't want to. Chelsea has been a shit show. You can't judge their time at Chelsea. You have to look at them prior, and it's really unfortunate, you know, like because you know I feel like for the player themselves, I feel like they've regressed. They have regressed. The players themselves have regressed. You're looking at Enzo, he's regressed. He isn't the same Enzo as at Benfica. It's not the same Don. You know, you're looking at who else did you guys mention? Nkunku. Obviously, Nkunku, unfortunately for him, he's had a mad injury. He's had a mad injury. But you know, under the current circumstances at Chelsea, can we expect him to get back to the best? Can we expect him to get back to the Christopher Nkunku he was at RB Leipzig? No, probably not. Probably not. It's probably not going to get there. You know, we've seen. You know, there was a lot of hope and hype around Nicholas Jackson. I mean, he hasn't come to, you know, hit the heights yet. Like it's mad. None of these players, these players are going to struggle for a very, very long time. These players that you see in the Chelsea starting 11 right now, they probably won't even be the players that win the league for Chelsea the next time they win it. Like that's how deep this project's going to go. It's going to be one of those projects. You know, you're looking at Moses Caicedo. You're looking at these dons that just haven't been the players that they were prior. So look, the project's going to take time. Cole Palmer has probably, you know, been one of their best players, and that's saying a lot, bro. You know, that is actually saying a lot. When you think about it, the guy couldn't even get into Man City's team. He's gone to Chelsea, a team that's going to be competing with Man City, and he's instantly their top performing player. It's crazy. I know he scores a lot of penalties and that. But anyway, like it says on the screen there, ladies and gentlemen, Enzo Fernandez's agent is talking to football clubs. He has began talks with various different football clubs, according to these fraudulent journalists. Now, we have to be real. Arsenal are definitely one of those football clubs, and the talk of the town is a 40 to 50 million deal is what it will take to get done. So, to get this one done. So, my question is to everyone in the chat right now: would you be happy with Enzo Fernandez? Would you take Enzo Fernandez at Arsenal? £40 million right now. Enzo Fernandez is yours. Are you taking him? Are you putting him in that number 8 role to cook with Odegaard? Are you doing that? Because I think Enzo Fernandez in Arsenal's system, with the players that we have and the cohesive understanding that we have of each other, the unity that we've built, the togetherness that we have in this football club, I think Enzo Fernandez comes in and he cooks, blood. You see Enzo Fernandez like he was playing for Argentina. You see Enzo Fernandez, the old school Enzo Fernandez that was playing at Benfica. I think you see that Enzo Fernandez in this Arsenal team. And if you come along to me and say, Wax, 40 million for Enzo Fernandez, are you on it? I'm taking it. I'm biting your hand straight away, bro. There's the 40, take it, bro. You know, I'm taking it all day long. So I don't know how you guys feel about it. I want to know everyone else's thoughts. Enzo was a free agent years ago. Enzo isn't better than James Ward-Prowse, says Melbourne. Wax, real ballers will shine under Poch. His style allows that. Big up A9. I said that already, but I'm reading someone else's comment. He's actually saying big up A9. A9's a popular don, man. He's got takes. He's got takes, man. Go and check out the live panel reactions we do after the game, man. A9's on there giving these thoughts on the game all the time, hitting them with facts. You know, then we're there. Come on. For 40 million, of course, put him on the diet plan and sign him. See, that's another thing. You know, people have questions his physique and whether he's capable of, you know, running. And I mean, it does look a bit sluggish. And I think it's just all Chelsea, man. I swear, Dan, you take him out of that project and you put him into a healthy project, into a healthy community, a healthy environment. I think you see a better version of Enzo Fernandez. He looks good with the ball at his feet. Sometimes he looks a bit weird. I think like his footwork at times does look a bit weird. Maybe it's just him adapting to the Premier League. Maybe it's just too, you know, the intensity is a bit too much. When you look at Enzo Fernandez, you can click, like you do see a good player. I actually see, to a degree, maybe it's just his look. I see Nasri in him, but not his playing style, not his playing style. Maybe it's just his look. But he could be one of those players. Like if you think about it, he does have good tech. He's got a good passing, good vision. He can pick out passes. He is one of those type of players. But he just needs to play with the right manager. Like I reckon, like if you played Enzo Fernandez under Angie at Tottenham, I think he cooks. I think if you play him under Arteta, he cooks. I think if you play him, you know, under a proper manager that's got something going for themselves, he cooks. And I said proper manager there. People are gonna say, but you said Mikel Arteta is not a proper manager. He's an inexperienced manager that's learning on the job, and he's doing decent for for the experience that Mikel Arteta has, we obviously put it out there, for the experience that he does have and for where Arsenal are, he is actually doing a decent job. But is it where we should be after 4 years with £1 billion spent? No. Because if you had a real experienced manager, they would have got the job done and probably won the title by now, or at least won a few cups, or got your team to a few finals by now. 4 years, come on, bro. Let's not deceive ourselves. Let's not mislead ourselves. You know, I appreciate, you know, what Mikel Arteta is doing and what Mikel Arteta has done, especially to get us over these past couple of games. You know, we're looking at the Crystal Palace game as an example. I thought that was going to be a tricky game. 5-0, not too bad. Wasn't the best of performances, but we definitely grew into the game and opened them up. And then you're looking at the Nottingham Forest game, a team that have actually been a bogey team for Arteta over the past couple of years. We've won maybe 1 or 2 games against them, but they're one of the reasons why we didn't win the league last season. They beat us 1-0 in the final moments. They also knocked us out of the FA Cup a couple of seasons ago when they were in the Championship. So they've been a bogey team for Arsenal, but we managed to get over them. And that's you know, positive. And then the big one happens, and it's Liverpool, and we slapped them. We actually embarrassed them. We made Liverpool look like they wasn't even a part of the top 3 race. It's just a fact. They didn't even look like they was a part of the top 3 race. So you have to give credit to the manager. You've got to give credit to the players. That's, you know, you can't just you can't give one and not the other, or, you know, X, Y, and Z. You know, like, I'm a real one anyway. I just give it. I just give it when it needs to be given. I give credit. I give criticism. Just how it works, bro. Right, listen to me. Cole Palmer are the real ballers. Chelsea, everyone else are in training under Poch. Chelsea was doing money tactics. Wax Enzo looks weird. You're right. He is raw, not polished. Yeah, you know, like, he does look super weird when he's got the ball at his feet and he's like, he pulls it off. Don't get it twisted. Like, he'll have 3 man. One thing I've noticed is that he's like Saka at the moment. Soon as he gets the ball, he's got 2 man doubling him up. 3 man putting pressure on him. No one is giving Enzo Fernandez time on the ball. He doesn't get no time. So what you have to do now, in order for Enzo Fernandez to cook, your system needs to find him the time on the ball. How can we find Enzo Fernandez time on the ball? Because if we can get Enzo Fernandez to have time on the ball, he will cook. He will open up for runners. So the system, what Poch needs to do is find a way to alleviate that pressure that Enzo Fernandez is under every time he's on the ball. But when he's on the ball, yeah, his techers is a bit weird. It's like when he's dribbling, he's taking players on, and he gets himself out of tight spaces extremely well. And that's another thing I like about him. But he just looks weird. It looks like he's got like 2 left feet or something. I don't know. Like, it looks mad. But yeah, man, I'll take Enzo Fernandez for 40 million. I can't lie to you, man. I can't lie to you, blood. I think he will cook in that 8 role. He'll be much better than Havertz. And with his vision, with his intelligence, I think he will be putting balls on plates for Saka and Martinelli. He'll be putting balls on plates for Odegaard. He will make sure that Odegaard's shooting. He'll be putting balls on plates for Odegaard. Pause. Yeah, man, it's a mad thing. Nicola Barella is a number 8. We need mad tech. Yeah, Nicola Barella is a fantastic player. Yeah, Italy's got some great players, man. They've got some great playmakers over there, you know. Another one that I wanted before Aston Villa signed him, he did go to Galatasaray. I'm not too sure why he ended up there, was Nicolo Zaniolo. I did like him. He actually scored for Aston Villa the other day, but right now, I don't know if I would have liked him. I mean, prior to him going to Galatasaray, I looked at Nicolo Zaniolo. I thought, yeah, you would be sick at Arsenal. I like you. Like, you've got, you know what I mean? But now, I wouldn't be too sure. I think he would have been a player that would have come and maybe faded pretty early. And then we would have been like, get rid of them. Get out the door. Are we looking at Douglas Luiz? Well, Douglas Luiz is definitely a priority for Arsenal. There was talks a little while ago to suggest that we were going to prioritise Douglas Luiz. So maybe that is the case. Zaniolo had a big knee injury. Yeah, that's what kept him out. And then he went through his rehabilitation process and then got loans to Galatasaray, I think. And that was a part of the process, I believe. Arsenal needs a Jude Bellingham type of player. Arteta thought Kai was that player or close to that. Pity he didn't turn out that way. Big up Ambrose. Not but love and respect to you, Ambrose. Yeah, man. You know, Kai Havertz, and there's a lot of PI for Kai Havertz at the moment. A lot of people are really, I don't know what they see. Honestly, I don't know what they see. You know, for 65 million and 285 grand a week, I need so much more. So much more. I need you. You have to be a player for that type of money. You have to be a player that grabs the game by the scruff of the neck and makes it happen at any given time. You can create something out of nothing. You're that Don. You can't have it take that Don. You think I care about a little bit of ball retention? You think I care about a little bit of a soft pass to the Don that's 5 yards away from him? Do you think I care about that? Oh, but Wax, you just missed the run. He made a beautiful run. Oh, bro, listen. I was watching something the other day. There's a Don. I remember this Don used to try and get at me online all the time. All the time trying to get at me online. All of a sudden, this guy's a content creator now. Content creator. Let's not even give these guys any airtime. But these guys are actually proper trying to make videos and give context for Kai Havertz and why. And what Kai Havertz does that we didn't have last season. Oh, we didn't have that last season. Well, we didn't need it last season, and we don't need it now because it offers us nothing. No, but Wax, you missed his run. Oh, you should have seen the run, Wax. These frauds, I'm telling you, man, people are delusional and they will make anything up. Because look, things can be logical. Things can sound logical, but they are delusional. It's not a real reality. It's bullshit. You know, it sounds logical. It sounds like, oh, yeah. But you're chatting S. Give Kai his flowers, man, like God's power. I think I put the real ones, man. Look, I can't give Kai flowers because he doesn't deserve flowers. What flowers? For doing what? For missing a one-on-one against Liverpool. What? You should have seen the run. People online are mad. But all you got to do is just go and read the comments. Read how they put the comments together. Read how they even string their sentences together. Some of these dons, right? And you just know these guys are just straight up bullshit, blood. It's crazy, man. Man. It is crazy, bro. Even Chris Wood is banging goals. Yeah, I think Chris Wood is actually doing well for Nottingham Forest. He's got Nottingham Forest and found his level, found his team. You know, Havertz at full slam was wild. This is what I'm saying, man. Like, look, I'm not going to take it away from what people have said. I'm laughing, I'm bantering, and I'm having a little fun and a joke with it. Cool, because one thing I'm not doing is taking it seriously. I can't take the PR and all the things that people are doing online for Kai Havertz. I can't take that shit seriously, ladies and gentlemen. It just doesn't make any sense to me, all right? But I give it to Kai. Like, come on. He makes good runs. He makes good runs. He does pick up good space on the pitch. Now, making good runs and picking up good space is fantastic. But if you make a good run and I provide you with a ball, do you have end product? Can you provide me with something other than a 5-yard pass? No, we can't. We saw that and we've seen it all season. Yeah, struggling to put balls on plates, overhitting it, underhitting it. Yeah, no techers in his shot. Can't even score one-on-ones. He's scoring tap-ins. All the goals he scored, tap-ins. We'll pick him up, scored us some winners. I love that. I appreciate that. I celebrated every single one of those goals. You know. However, we have to be real. You have to be real. When he finds space, all right, he's good at finding space, but when he finds that space, does he really influence the game from the space that he finds? Does he really influence the game? Not really, does he? No, he's not. So look, man, like I said to you guys, I'll give Kai Havertz to the end of the season to really show me that he is actually worth the 65 million. And, you know, the 65 million doesn't even... The 65 million that we paid Chelsea for the player doesn't even frustrate me more than the 280k a week that we paid this guy. 280k a week. No, bro. That is a violation. How did Kai Havertz walk into Arsenal and become the highest earning paid player? No. No. It doesn't make any sense. That doesn't sit right with me. And on that basis, I need to see spectacular performances week in, week out, or at least in every other game. If you can't show me something spectacular in any other game, every other game, you ain't good enough. You ain't good enough. And ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, we have to be real here. Kai Havertz, on the amount of money that he is earning at Arsenal Football Club at 24 years old, means one thing and one thing only, especially based on the performances that he's been putting in. It means the player is never going to leave Arsenal, and it means that the player is going to be earning 280 plus K out of our club for the next 5 years, which potentially he will run down and walk away from at the end of that period. I don't see anyone coming in and giving Kai Havertz more money than he's earning at Arsenal, unless he gets to a 31, 32-year-old player. He's been so washed up and he decides to take 100K a week from some dead club. That would be the only way. But with this Kai Havertz move, even if we win the Premier League with Kai Havertz in the team, I'm just going to focus on Kai Havertz and Kai Havertz alone. The Kai Havertz move is not going to end well for Arsenal Football Club. The finances behind the move are incompetent. I don't understand why anyone would have gave him those type of finances. And to sign him and not even kind of factor in a possibility of not getting an ROI on this asset, because that's what Kai Havertz is an asset, yeah? Doesn't make any sense to me. So on that basis, Kai Havertz already is a flop. And that's not even on the player's game. That's not even on the player's game already. That's a flop. Anyway, let's stop rambling on. I'm going to wrap this up now. It's been an absolute pleasure. Big up every single one of you in the building. Make sure we are hitting the like button. Do subscribe. Big up the real ones in the building. Just ads, every single one of you guys in the building. Big up Amin in the building as well. At least he is better than Mason Mount. It's like Kai Havertz. I don't think so, you know. Mason Mount, no, that's disrespectful. A fully fit Mason Mount is better than Kai Havertz, bro. 100%, 100%. You know, Kai adds height to our attack, occupies centre backs, and makes tackles and helps out defensively. No, again, I appreciate that. Marley, big you up. You see all these things that players have and they offer to a team. I definitely 100% appreciate and respect it. But we're looking at everything else that comes with it. And can we say it's good enough? No, it's not. It's not. We can't, man. We can't. No, I get you. You can't stay fit. But if we're talking about players we're talking about technical ability of a player, we're talking about all of those type of things. He's not like Kai Havertz is not better than Mason Mount. It's not better than Mason Mount. We're not talking about fitness. We're not talking about the physical side of what these players can do. We're talking about the technical side of what these players can do. You know, we're talking about the mental side as well. Because if you got Mount fully fit, you're telling me he's not mentally better than Kai Havertz. Come on, man. But big up all the real ones in the building. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. And yeah, man, hit that like button, do subscribe. We will be back again with more content as usual. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.
Be you, yeah. I'm talking to you, blood. I need you to hit the like button.